still can bore you with a lot of other things. As you can see, if you do want to contribute, we do have, things where you can actually, help contribute, because Cast cannot do everything, Sobe1 cannot do everything, and it's actually everybody that's helping out. We've got Cybertronics, we've got a guy doing a movie section for us. I forgot his handle on Skype, because it has real names in it. But we've got a bunch of other people helping out with the site, helping out directly behind the scenes, and they don't get a lot of credit. So I just want to give them all a shout out, and I'm probably going to make a splash banner once this is announced and things like that. But guys, don't be afraid to contact us and to help make this better, make the game better. And whoops, you can actually click through Windows. I'll have the browser up here, and I can actually click through into Bloodline Champions. So I've actually bought some stuff accidentally doing that while browsing on the internet. And apparently we have a beaver as our staff. So
that would be Chuck.
That'd be Chuck.
Yep, Chuck's the beaver.
And then we got Mr. GQ over here, Sobe1.
GQ?
I don't know, not GQ. What is it? What's that? Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't even know.
Are you talking about that gorilla's picture he's got with his name on his arm?
No, he's got this one where he's got this shirt and he's posing and it's all grayscale and crap.
Oh.
Hey, apparently I was trying to search for a game while, browsing around. So that's funny. Oh, let's see where I go next. And
I think we're waiting on Mouth a Tuba and Quake Buddies or something.
Yeah, Mouth Like a Tuba and Quake Buddies. That is the second game in the losers quarterfinals that
they just
had to be
they
played.
Have mouths. Wouldn't that make more sense?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means. Mouth like a tuba?
Yeah. Hey, don't ask me, man. Hey, let's look it up. Mouth Like a Tuba.
What, you figure it's a YouTube sensation?
Who knows? Mouth Like a Tuba. Well, the first thing that comes up in the search is Mouth Like a Tuba, BL Gaming. Wow, that's hilarious. Tuba tips, the vocal breath, embouchure.
No, we don't want to hear about this. Anyways, the next match is going to be losers semifinals between Nami and Mouth Like a Tuba.
Yeah, so it seems like they finished their thing up, but...
Yeah, and I guess Mouth Like a Tuba absolutely destroyed Quake by 3-0-3-0, so... I have not seen this team yet. I have no idea who this is, but quite frankly, it could be a whole bunch of Smurfs for all I know that are just going under a weird, stupid name so that no one will know who the hell they are. And that would make a lot of sense because that's how this community is sometimes.
That is a problem with free-to-play games, that there's a lot of Smurfage that goes on, and you can unlock the Bloodline you want to play. With 17k coins, really easy to get once you open up a new account. So
shut the Smurf up.
Shut the Smurf up. Anyways, alright, so I guess right now... Oh, hey, Programmer... Oh, gotta give a shout-outs to Programmer Arn. Actually, he has been the Banhammer and the chat moderator, so I gotta give him a shout-out. But I feel like I should tease him a little bit and make the live stream chat go a little bit crazy. So right now, I'm gonna ask for song suggestions to play after the tournament. So, spam chat with song suggestions, and I will see what I will play afterwards. So make sure to give Programmer Amararn a hard time right there.
Amararn. And whoever spams the most wins a ban.
Yeah, you get banned if you spam the most. That's
a
an honor.
Good thing. Trust me, you want to know.
Everybody wants Epic Sax Guy, of course. Sorry, Programmer. He's going to close the chat pretty soon, so get your suggestions in.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially because no one else wants to hear this Epic Sax Bieber.
I'm giving him 30 seconds before he closes it again.
Alright, so I guess we're waiting on Band's picks on maps here. And I gotta iterate once per tournament. Iterate. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even remember. But man, I need a dictionary right now.
What are you trying to describe?
I don't know.
Iterate.
Iterate. Yes.
Iterate.
I need to iterate once per tournament. If they can find a way to automate bands picking and banning and picking of maps, I think. I don't know, it'd just be so nice. Be almost carefree.
Oh man, I'm having too much fun with the chat.
Speaking of everyone saying Justin Bieber like a bunch of retards, you hear a lock of his hair sold for 40 grand on eBay? That is 40 grand of fucking creepiness.
It's fucking stupid.
It's like, what are you gonna do with his hair? Eat it? Awesome! I don't know. That's what you can tell it's a slow news day on CNN. It's like, huh, we're gonna report this, huh? Okay. Hey look, Mok's back. I knew he was a Smurf. That freaking Smurf and Punk. And there's a lot of bands going on from Program Barn. Holy cow. Everyone's gonna get destroyed.
Whoops, sorry.
And finally, there we go. Okay, so now the match is officially started. Mok is going to be replacing Guy 1, assuming he wasn't Mok to begin with. You can never tell, so...
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I got my mic unplugged by accident. I stood up
and
it came out.
That means your lag sucks.
It means you're terrible. But at least your computer hasn't frozen up yet.
Yeah, it's, the last couple of days it's actually gotten decent, so...
You know, whenever we say that, though, it starts freezing up and, locks down.
It only does it once a day, so it's not a huge deal, but it is really annoying because I can't figure out what the hell is causing it. And I gotta say, that cannon, that high-tier cannon that Need and Viz has looks really cool. It's like I don't know, it's like a dragon barfing in your face, and it does 44 damage, so...
A dragon barfing in your face, huh? Is that what it looks like?
Well, look how big the thing is open. It's like a cannonball could fit through there.
And yes, I am actually going to put it back onto the main screen before you guys are wondering what the heck we are talking about. So, alright, cool. We are back to the match, and there you go. Got rid of Taz's name at the top. We were given the sneak preview of BL Gaming 4.0. And here we go. Slugger is going to be, hitting a home run right there with his maces, putting Mok into the background. And a good swap, keeping Mok into the fight. And, oh, nice roots right there. Going to force the execute 2. Completely miss. Good control right there, not to get hit by anything. Spo just going to be shooting some M1s off. He has full focus shots right now. And he just lost the stack because he did not chain his combos. Need and Viz going to try and line up executes War of the Gunners. It seems in, oh, look at those rocket launchers. Everybody on the cold team is just all in one pile. Spo about to go down right there as the, gunner. But, man, they are just staying alive. Barely, oh, nice pull from that execute while he was in Viz. So Mok definitely a very good Thorn. Knows where the other team members or his opponents are. And being able to get them out of position. And that's forcing a lot of mistakes. And it looks like both teams have the same amount of health. Slugger getting, a little bit aggressive. Let's see if he can do any kind of real damage. He's not going to be going in needlessly, though. They've got him in a corner. They can either wait till fog, get the rune when it comes up, just heal up, and apply that pressure in the corner right there. Slugger going to try and get on out of that goo. Very nice job. Mok going in, trying to see if he can, get everybody entangled. Spo going to get on out of the fight. Maybe an execute lineup right here on the Needed Viz. And yes, he goes down for 52 damage. Goomba Stomp. OSQ is going to be the next one to fall. And Mok will follow shortly as his little root days are over.
I gotta say, though, even though they lost, Mok just so skillful on that Thorn. He plays it like a freaking piano. And, he finds his ways in, and unfortunately couldn't get the big damage out. He can't just M1 spam because there's so many easy ways out for the cold team. You got Rocket Jump, other side, you got Spacebar from the Rev, and he didn't focus the Rev at all. I don't think that fight, as he never got the chance to. But you can tell when you see a high level play, it's got to be mentionable, and he's just so good on that Thorn, it's ridiculous. But either way, he's going to space out there smartfully, and actually he's going to take an execute there. Didn't even see that one coming, but because of regrowth procs, it doesn't only give a 38, as it does take like a 5% reduction, and that's going to be that. So it looks like a big zoning war is going to happen in the middle here, but this Ravener decides that he can't play the zoning war all that well, so he's going to make something happen. And nice shield right there is going to make Slugger get hit by those treacherous cabbage roots. And Mok has an ulti here, so watch for a dead roots. This could be a big dead roots. And that's where it had to be right there, right where that rocket launcher happened. And look at that. He's going to be splitting the map with that dead roots instead of using it for damage. So it could have been a smart thing. Hard to say at this point, but look at the cold team's HP right now. It's getting a lot lower than the warm team. Warm team just kind of, chipping them away right now. Little by little, they're keeping their health up while, hitting the other team. So... that has a lot to do with, Mok going in and out. And actually, Goomba Stomp's going to happen on OSQ. This could be their chance right now to put out the damage. But, a smurfed Goo right there. And Moonfair on that Psycho Pump actually used Guardian Spirit just to do healing pretty much. So that's a bit unfortunate, but at the same time able to keep up with it because of that. And OSQ could be going down. OSQ does go down to a Rocket Launcher plus Ravener Pressure, and that is finally going to be a kill more than a minute and a half after the round started. So talk about a zone game. This is reminiscent of the old days where every game would go to sudden death and it would just be ridiculous. But these guys are doing a good job of staying alive. They have meaty characters. The range is staying way back. They got 2 gunners to work with, so obviously the range is not getting taken out really fast like you'd expect them to be, especially against like a Rev. So, finally something happens there, and the Cold team is actually going to take that one.
Yeah, that was great focus pressure by Slugger and Spo at the same time. Slugger just was in there with the spinning strike, so it's actually a bug, but you can reflect self-heals, and then that also allowed for Spo to get a full rocket launcher off onto the Alchemist, because with that spinning strike, Alchemist couldn't go anywhere. Ravener was there to keep applying a lot of pressure, and Spo just got a full rocket launcher ultimate off onto an Alchemist. Very vulnerable target, and we'll just have to see how they counter that, see if they can maybe punish the Rav a teeny bit more when he goes in and tries something brave like that. But here we go, we're going to see OSQ get a nice sleep onto Spo. Deadly Injection, that's going to decrease his damage, also slow him down, take a little bit of damage himself. Mulk has an ultimate. Can he line one up? And I think it was in the wrong direction. He could have done a little bit more with it if he went off on the other side. And Mulk could be in a lot of trouble here, but Rocket Launcher as backup comes in, and Moonfair not able to heal through it at all. And it looks like the Cold Ravener does go down in the meantime, so good combo. Getting Mulk in on there. He tried to be that tank he needed to be. Made a lot of cover for Need and Viz to get all those rockets off. And it pulled out in their favor as OSQ is just sitting back, healing nice and pretty off in the background as an Alchemist. No real pressure has been applied to him. Would like to see that maybe changed up next round for the Cold team.
Yeah, they're, like people are mentioning in stream chat, OSQ on these goos, he's just been absolutely god-awful with them. I guess as long as they're winning, that's fine and all, but I don't think he's hit a single goo. Like, not even one tick of any of his goos have landed so far, so I don't know if he's using his goo as, like, a wall that you can't, like, go through, but, I don't know, they're questionable, to say the least.
Yeah,
but,
it's not effective.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess you could say they're good for, like, walling someone in, as he used it in the corner over there, and they basically couldn't get out, but I don't think goo is a good to use for anything except for, like, slowing the hell out of someone or doing good damage, so... it's not exactly the same as like Dead Roots where you can actually wall off somebody literally, and it stops all projectiles and everything. So I think that's what they're trying to do. A nice cabbage shield there onto that execute from Spo, and heads up play from Mulk there, seeing he went in Viz, waited a couple seconds, and it's so expected on gunners. It's almost overdone where you use your camouflage into an execute. And I think some gunners need to learn a different strategy because it's just way too common at this point. As Root Bash is going to get disabled, but he does have an ultimate. Mulk, watch the Dead Roots to come out. Dead Roots is going to come out, and Spo's going to drop the rocket launchers. Plus a Goomba Stomp on OSQ. Look at OSQ's life right there. Went from 100 to 25% instantly, and Need and Viz in big trouble himself. And Mulk has to make something happen for his team, but I don't think it's going to happen. Is actually Need and Viz is actually going to take it out by a mortar shot. And it's going to be a 2v3 situation, both below half HP. This is just a bad spot for the Worm team, and I think Cold team, which is Mouth Like a Tuba, is going to take this first map here.
Yep.
3-1.
Yeah, they are going to take it 3-1, and victory firecrackers again coming out from Spo. So, pretty decisive victory right there. Slugger, he might have not, been high on the TPS chart, but look at the damage he did. Absolutely fantastic, and he was just there as a more distractionary measure, getting that frontal pressure up and leaving Spo to do more of what he wanted. And that's very good. Good team play right there. Good amount of coordination. But to answer your question, what is smurfing an ultimate? It's
screwing it up big time.
Yeah, it's completely missing it. There's a developer on here named Monster Smurf. I'll find him in my buddy list. Here he is, developer Monster Smurf. He's notorious for completely whiffing his ultimates. And it was funny because in those little tips at the bottom when it shows the score screen, one of them used to be, watch out for ultimates. They can be very deadly unless you're like Monster Smurf, and then you smurf your ultimate. So that's where it comes from, and it's sort of a tribute to the developers and how we like joke around with them, and they're pretty close to the community as well.
Yeah, and that was a cool part of the early beta days too. Was they had those 34 like tips when you load in, and a lot of them had to do with devs. Like it always said like Shelt was the best psychopomp for the longest time. That used to be like the main message of the day, and they would just screw around with those for the longest time, and basically until the release came out, where the interface was all refined and everything. And this was a long time ago, like 6 months ago, whatever, 6-7 months back when the UI was still very early in the development stages, and it wasn't very user friendly at that point.
Yeah, and right now, significant improvement. I'd say probably like 200 to 300 times better than what it used to be back in closed beta when I started.
It's impossible. It can't be 200, 300 times more better.
Alright, well, anyways, 200, 300 more % better. Spo is actually going to be going aggressive here on the gunner. Getting onto OSQ, I like this target choice, making sure that OSQ can't get those heals off, has to dodge those bullets. And Moonfair, in the meantime, actually going down to about 50% HP, not able to dodge quite as effectively in a 2v2 situation. Mulk now has an ultimate, and the Cold Team's getting locked up in the corner. This could be very bad for him, and here it is. The ultimate from Mulk. No projectiles can go through, and a great follow-up by Need Invis right there on the Nomad, throwing his Boomerang Fury. His ultimate, I like to call it a Boomerang Bonanza, because it just, looks so flashy and catchy. And, they finished up the healer real quick and sliced and diced the rest.
Yep, and, you can never say enough about how powerful Nomad is. They're literally a Swiss Army knife of a frickin' range class. They got everything. And they're so annoying to play against. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone can attest to the fact that Nomads are probably the most annoying hero to play against. No doubt. And, a lot of that has to do with the tornado spam they can do. Just putting people in the air. It's like a freaking cyclone. Reminiscent of WoW, obviously. And it just, takes you out of the fight for so long. Plus the sluggish, range hero just absolutely gets decimated by the slow projectiles. But look, Need Invis right here. It looks like they're trying to push Need Invis and OSQ into the corner. And Mulk is doing his best. He's just kind of, M1ing, doing what he can in the middle here, trying to make something happen. But OSQ in the background there. And actually, Mulk has his ulti. Oh, no, but Need Invis is not going to survive. And, I thought the roots were going to maybe protect him right there. Not going to happen, though. And actually, they are going to take out Slugger. So that was kind of surprising. I thought Slugger had a lot of time to get out of there and make a getaway. But, Mulk with that the mud walk, rather, it's so easy to chase after someone, even after they space. So you always got to be wary of a Thorn. He's very hard to get away from. If it's not the pull, if it's not the Deadwood Seed, or the Dead Seed, or whatever it's called, and, he's got the space. He's got a lot of mobility. It's probably the highest mobility Bloodline in the game right now. And he's very meaty as well with his art ability. So he's got a lot going for him. And finally, a nice goo right there. Huge goo. He's going to get max damage out of it. Moonfair finally using his other side. And Moonfair just went from 100 to 25% right there in that exchange. And right here, this is where Moonfair could be going down. But actually, they're going to take out Spo instead. So nice switch right there. Moonfair couldn't get heals off while stuck in the dead roots. So very smart heads-up play by the Worm team of Nami Nami. And Nami Nami going up now 2-0. So they're really recovering very nicely from this 3-1 loss last map.
Yeah, and one thing I really want to mention is OSQ and Spo were sort of sparring each other off in the corner. And instead of just spamming heals and standing there, because the heal is very slow, what OSQ has been doing a lot against this gunner is just dodging, not taking any damage whatsoever. And then, once the M1 sort of let up, he'll try and get a sleep off, he'll try and get a deadly injection. And, great job right there. He's, very proficient at the Bloodline. He's not quite Chip Cyan, but, he is hitting a lot of his attacks and getting out of pressure when needed. Mulk is doing his job up in the top corner, keeping some people busy while they're trying to damage Spo. Right now, Nomad, he's going to be in a lot of trouble right now as Ravener's all up in his nuts. And look at this, a couple more hits and he could be going down. Instant injection completely whiffed. And man, Need Invis is in a ton of trouble, but Mulk might be able to save him. Nice pull right there, getting the rockets back out. And Need Invis is just holding on for dear life. Slugger might have gone in a little bit too deep right now. He's stuck in the roots. He could be taking a lot of damage, but no, not going to happen. As, OSQ almost got hit by the tip of that execute, and this is a minor reset. Both teams, their health, if you look at the top, are almost equal. Spo trying to get some shots off. Minor reset is broken as Slugger is going to be going in. Mulk doing a bit of work onto him, and it's, again, Spo just there to get those execute. Slugger is being that kind of in-your-face character while he's letting his teammates support him in the back and do a little bit of damage. Moonfair with the double spiritual link could happen. Slugger stuck in the goo, but he's going to jump out. Deadly Injection Goomba Stomp goes off right now, and Need and Viz could be in a ton of trouble. Slugger is going to be going to get a kill with Spo, who did rocket launcher in the back, and that is going to take out OSQ, so the Alchemist does go down. Well fought round by both of these teams. It's not over yet, but I don't see how much Need and Viz and Mulk Mulk can do, especially now that Mulk Mulk is down on the ground. So, well fought and good pressure by the Cold team, not giving up, and Slugger going in and out just to get those heals, not being overly aggressive.
Yeah, that was one hell of a round right there. There's just so much action going on, and somehow the healers were keeping up with the damage that was being put out, and only to a certain point. And then finally we got the entry-level kill. And once you get the entry kill, just like a lot of other PvP games, that second kill usually comes right after. And true to form, it did. Honestly, it's not always that effect. There's the rare times where you get a couple really good 2 players, and they'll just last forever, and they're just going crazy trying to get 1 kill on a 2 player, even with 3. So either way, a Cold team is going to finally take a round there. And or wait, was it Worm Team last round? I don't remember.
No, Cold team won it.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so again, they got that. They're going to try and do what the Worm Team was trying to do last round, was come back from a big deficit. And already Mulk Mulk has his ulti as well as Need and Viz. So these guys seem to love doing their ultimate combinations. Again, here comes the Boomerang Bonanza plus Dead Roots insta kill again. They've been doing this so many times, and it's so hard to stop apparently, because no team can seem to be able to stop the double or triple ultimate coming out, and they automatically get a kill almost every single time. Actually, OSQ is going to get taken out, but look at Slugger's life right here. One more M1, he's dead, so he is dead. And this is going to be Spo by himself, and I think this one's going to be actually our first spectated match of the day that's going to go to a 3rd map.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're absolutely correct. Maybe, did we have something? Nope, not even. Yeah, we did. In the winner's bracket, we had one, Acid and Hypnotoads versus Quake Buddies. If you remember, they went to 3 maps there. That was actually a pretty close round.
I don't remember, so that doesn't count.
Your concussion's messing you up, buddy.
Your face messes me up.
Taz is a nub. Concussions. He's blaming it on that kid.
You're the one that keeps saying that. I'm fine. My head just hurts a little bit. Alright, so we're going to a 3rd map here. This is Looser Semis, I believe. And winner of this one will be taking on... Give me help here.
Oh, Acid and Hypnotoads.
Acid and Hypnotoads. Okay, so they lost pretty badly to Mushin.
Again, guys, this is the losers bracket semifinals. Nami Nami on the Warm team, Mouth Like a Tuba on the Cold team. 1 map apiece. Sorry, I cannot add title layers like I used to in the past with the names of each team and where it is in the tournament. Something is messed up with Flash. Updated Flash and did a Windows update at the same time. Something got screwed up. XSplit didn't update correctly, like in all of that. So, I'm trying to work on it. Been reinstalling Flash and XSplit and getting different versions. Still not working out. But hopefully we will get a resolution soon to the dilemma at hand.
Yes.
Yes, my friend. And whoops, I forgot to tell you, we are recording. I forgot to show you guys at the beginning of the rounds, or beginning of the tournament.
Just for proof.
Yeah, that is for proof right there. And I am recording. You see that nice red button up there. It is evidence that I am not being a nub this time. And apparently I had 0 viewers when I opened up my broadcaster, but it is a lie, as we do have 502 of you watching this game, and I appreciate it. And thanks for joining us here at blgtv.net. If you're watching from somewhere else, go to blgtv.net. We do have a live stream chat that we do monitor over and have forum admins, and we will be taking in kind of suggestions and looking at the chat every now and then. But Taz, I'm rambling on too much. Give me an update on what's happening in this match.
Nothing right now. We're waiting to see what happens. Actually, Execute is going to get cabbaged right there and eaten by Mulk, and Spo is not going to juke it as he probably should have. It's pretty obvious that the cabbage happened about 2 seconds before Execute came out. So Spo here, he's getting close to that low HP area, and Moonfair just kind of keeping him healed. But he is going to land an Execute on the OSQ, and look at Slugger right here. M1 tunnel mastering all over OSQ's face, and I think this could be the kill. Actually, a counter kill comes out instead. They all just jumped down to Slugger instead while he was just rampaging on OSQ, and OSQ still could be going down. Oh, the Dead Roots is going to protect them from the projectiles of Moonfair with that Guardian Spirit up, and that's going to be a huge play right there as Spo is going to go down. And wow, Worm Team, I thought, OSQ, I got to give him props there for staying alive, and his team really rallying together to come help him there when he should have been going down.
I have to mention that it's much harder from the player perspective to be able to know where your allies are and to help them and to actually play this game. We keep saying, oh yeah, well they should have done this, they should have done that, but it's much harder.
We can see very far out.
Yeah, we can see very far out, and also, we have that top eye view, whereas, they have a different camera angle than we have, so it's much harder. And to actually be able to support your ally like that and to tunnel on one target, it takes great coordination, great timing, and a lot of teamwork that you guys don't see in this kind of camera view. But we will change that pretty soon as I get a new graphics card that can handle the player view and things like that, as it would cause too much lag to the stream. But I'm going to get back to the match right here, and a great pull by Mulk. That was a double pull. It did Slugger in on the fight. He's going to knock Need and Viz out, but that's not going to really do too much, as Nomad is a ranged character, so he just had to take a couple steps forward and do what he could. Nice tornado call right there. This is the time to punish Slugger, because Spo is not there to help him. And it looks like, even though the Worm Team's in the back a little bit, they do have a lot of that pressure. And Moonfair taking huge hits. Need and Viz could be the target of choice right now. OSQ completely whiffed his ultimate. Spo trying to get rocket launchers off. Gonna get stopped by that mud walk. And Mulk gonna kill Moonfair in those roots. Nice play right there. Able to take him out. No projectiles can go through there. It does slow and it does do damage. Now it's going to leave the Cold Team again in a bad situation. It's going to go 2-1 in favor of Team Nami Nami.
Yeah, it's kind of
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. I know that, but I'm thinking why OSQ is doing a great job at everything but his goo. I can't figure out why he's doing so horrible on the goo placement. But either way, he's doing a good job of. He's keeping up with his own M1s of his own, to be honest. When he's got the pressure on him, instead of just straight up spamming, right click on himself, he's putting out pressure of his own, and his team can easily, switch onto them. And obviously, ejection helps a lot as well, because that takes away their damage and healing. And I think it has a slow as well. So that's oh man, a Spo right there, trying to execute around the building, actually going to hit the edge of the building right there, and. You gotta. This is one of those levels that everyone argues is, really broken because of the the dimensions of the actual buildings. But you have to, playing in this high tier of game, or this high tier of competition, you have to know the dynamics of each level, and you have to know where you can shoot around and where you can't. So tried to be sneaky, was a little too sneaky, and didn't get any damage out of it. But Mulk, here we go with the ultimate combination, triple ultimate right there. That was just overkill extremities right there. And rocket launcher coming out. Oh my gosh, that reflected tornado was so big right there. I don't think Slugger knew that was going to happen, but that probably might have saved Need and Viz right there from that rocket launcher death happening. And as a result, they're going to take this one 3-0 in quite a strong fashion, I guess you could say. And again, Spo's trying to be sneaky, but it's not going to happen. But wow, that was a hell of a play right there, accidental or not.
Accidental or not, yeah, I agree. I think he just threw it more as a kind of, oh, I'm being pressured, let me throw out a CC and see if I hit him kind of move. But, it worked out regardless, and, it's good to see that you can do those kind of things. And I'm sure, it could have been intentional. You see somebody spinning. A lot of things are two-way swords in this game, especially when using Reflect, and depending on what the ability is. You can actually, reflect it onto yourself, and it can be beneficial. There's only a few abilities that can do that, one of them being, of course, the tornado, because you're invulnerable during that time, but there'll be some interesting developments pretty soon. I'm loving the QA server. Taz, are you part of the QA?
I don't know what a QA is.
QA.
Questions and answers server?
Yeah, it's for the game. There's a lot of neat developments in the next patch, and I think a lot of these changes are warranted. So I can't give you too many details, but a lot of good things are coming to the game, as they did say on Inferno Online when they announced the tournament system, and that the patch was going to be coming March 16th. The new tournament system is going to be coming in then as well. And actually, man, February flew by. I know it's a short month, but it's already the 5th of March.
I know, it's good stuff. That means, what does March mean anyway? It's nothing really. St. Patty's Day, I suppose. Oh,
Cinco de Mayo! Cinco de Mayo, man.
That's May, you retard.
I know, but it's coming. I'm thinking, March, April, May, and it's the 5th, and in 2 months, it's just like party time. But,
What,
March
you
16th...
Mexican?
No, I'm not Mexican at all. But
What do you care
who
about
doesn't
Cinco de
love, an excuse to, drink beer and hang out with friends and eat Mexican food?
What the hell do you think St. Patty's Day is?
Well, okay, St. Patty's Day as well, of course.
Okay,
but,
okay.
I mean, St. Patty's Day is what, just around the corner, right?
It's like... Yeah, it's the 17th of March, which means... And you know what? At McDonald's, they have Shamrock Shakes. Enough said.
God. How can you even mention McDonald's? That is like a bane on earth.
You know what? I like shakes. That's all there is to it. Ice cream is ice cream, no matter how you make it.
Fatty.
I like ice cream. Eat strawberries and like fucking radishes and all this other crap.
Radishes? I don't eat radishes, buddy. That's only
It's
in
a
my
vegetable.
salad. Well, yeah, that's true. And they're good in salads, I'll tell you that. I haven't had a good
Everyone
radish.
likes ice cream, except for, vegans or something. Like you.
Vegans? Vegans?
Vegans? Whatever.
Vegans. Right. But, enough nonsense. How did we even get onto that? I don't even know. March
St.
16th
Patrick's
patch.
Day. Green.
Oh, yeah.
That holiday is relevant to green. The color green is like that holiday.
Speaking of holidays, it's Mardi Gras this weekend, and I had to work on Friday, so I couldn't go down with a bunch of buddies to New Orleans and go party it up on Bourbon Street. But, hey, I worked on Friday, and now I'm here, going to be commentating these tournaments, so...
You went to Mardi Gras already?
No. I could have gone to Mardi Gras, but work got in the way, and so I couldn't go this weekend down with a couple buddies because they left Friday afternoon, and I had to work Friday night.
Yeah, Cass, you need to see some boobs. My God.
Tits McGee, man. Tits McGee.
Oh, my God. Ah, Jesus Christ.
And, all right, well, we're going to actually get back to this match, and it is going to be Acid and Hypnotoads on the Warm team. They've been waiting for quite a while to face their next opponents, and Nami, as we saw just last game, they're going to be their opponents on the cold side, so we're going to have to see how this one works out. This is the Shrine of Aran Shan, and Taz, take this one away.
Alrighty then. Quick shoutouts to Stunlock, by the way, for the Bloodline shoutouts. I don't know who it is, but all I see on is KHCT, so I'm going to assume it's someone that may not be it or may not be him. But either way, they're going to play that zoning game like, Nami really plays a lot of zoning considering what their build is like. Obviously they have Gunner and Alchemist, which is, they got the range there, but, they use a Thorn as mostly a range carry, or not range carry, holy shit. Ranged hero for the most part, and he does find his way in when he needs to. He will use his Mudwalk, get in, and usually when they decide to use the ultimates, as already the ultimate was burned on Abstain, so Guardian Spirit coming out, he's forced to use his other side really quickly there, so a lot of duration is down, and Dead Roots right there being used, not going to get any damage out of it though, I don't believe. I don't even know if a tick was burned on that, so already both ultimates used from Need Invis and Mulk doing very minimal damage, and actually the goo is going to land here, so a nice goo in exchange, but that execute needs to land. Execute does land, and that's going to get the kill, and blank out again, really bad position, and that Seeker, I don't know, he played a good Seeker for a couple rounds, but then when he gets to these really good teams, these high tier teams, blank out just seems to be null and void in effectiveness.
I mean, he actually was doing pretty well. He got rid of Need Invis's ultimate pretty much off the bat. I think only one rocket came out, then he did a quick ice arrow just to stop that. And, Mulk did a good job. He actually did hit his ultimate. He got a couple people on the edge. And that was really OSQ. OSQ was the one to actually hit that ultimate. That was a huge slow factor. Caught Abstain in it as well. And, blank out, they're just trying to get that zoning game. Mulk got a couple good pulls off as well. They just have to make sure that they try and dodge. They're a little bit rusty because they haven't played in a little while. And see, look at that. Great CC. Now they can maybe do something on the Mulk, but not going to happen. The Cold team's just going to retreat. And, they might need to focus the Gunner, to tell you the truth. I think that would be a wiser target. Mulk can self-heal, and OSQ already has an ultimate himself. Abstain just trying to find a target to heal and get his meter up, but it's not just happening. OSQ, again, going to be frozen. Normal guy running around like a maniac, dodging executes, And there it is. Gunner can be very vulnerable right now. Abstain not going to do any pressure. He's just going to be spamming right click after that scream. Not sure I agree with that. Maybe Spiritual Link would help. Here it is. He can get a lot of damage right now. Completely whiffs it. Normal guy in a ton of trouble. Mulk with that slow. And oh man, a completely whiffed ultimate by OSQ right there. Again, those goos just not coming out in time and not being very effective. And it looks like the Cold team might have a chance to really bring themselves back into the game. Good scream right there. Here it is. Blank out could be going down. One more hit, and yes, Illusion does come up, and he could die.
Aww.
Blitz down. Blank out stuck in the roots, and he is going to die. So right there, that is a wrap-up for the Cold team yet again, 2-0.
I gotta see this. Mulk, what has he got here? Let's see. What the hell is it called? What's the pull called?
Called Defiled Plant.
87 defiled plant damage right there. I don't think I saw Mulk miss a single pull in that entire game. Even when he was playing the ranged game, he was getting a pull in every single time. And man,
again, right there.
Yeah, he's forcing them to use outs when they don't want to, and it's just so huge. And not just that, it's a free energy gain. Another pull right there, 2 for 2. I mean, literally, I could just watch him out of the corner of my eye, and he'll land every single pull in because he's freaking ridiculous. He barely missed that one, but. They're still going to play a range game anyways, so they still have lots of time to wait for their cooldowns to come back up. Because they're going against a range team, they really aren't going to be aggressive. They can't really afford to be aggressive, and actually normal guy going to get executed right there, right against the wall. And, Need and Viz could be in a bad spot right here. He could have been in a really bad, I don't know if that was an EX ice arrow right there, but Need and Viz in big trouble right now. He needs to find a way out, and really fast as the EX execute is going to come out. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Dead Root's coming out, though. This could be big. Normal guy, using his haste at such a good time. And actually, OSQ is going to get taken out by a Triforce arrow. And the pull comes out on a normal guy. That should have been a kill right there, but nice other side by Abstain is going to save his teammate. And again, Mulk by himself, unfortunately. And, even by himself, still landing all those pulls. I think he landed like 7 out of 8 right there, pulls, that I noticed anyways. And that's just huge.
No, he was actually doing a very good job, and that's why, Thorn, in scrub games, that's why he's considered OP, is because that pull actually forces a lot of mistakes, and what happens is that in higher tier, sorry, the phone, I had to turn it off, higher tier players often dodge it, and, right now, Blankout's getting hit by a lot of them, it's forcing a lot of mistakes, he's getting a little bit scared, he's using Illusion when he, doesn't need to, and that's sort of putting a strain onto Abstain, and we'll have to see, how they kind of deal with it. And again, other side, a little bit premature. I don't think much damage is coming out. And no other side, no Mind Transfer. Actually, Mind Transfer just came up. He was able to, maybe get out. Could have been punished a little bit more by Mulk and OSQ if they were coordinated, but a good EX Ice Arrow. Again, I love the play that he does right there. In terms that he's locking down OSQ, they're trying to get some damage off, and Normal Guy just has to find that space to get a good X-Strike, but he gets pulled in quite quickly. Mulk just doing an okay job, and Abstain is going to town on OSQ, but he could be a little bit overextended, and other side is going to get him out of that dangerous situation. Pull in by Blankout, and there it is, double ultimate onto Blankout. You got the roots and the goose, so maybe the Dying Wish by OSQ could have saved them right there, maybe get them around as it is a 2v2. We'll just have to see what Mulk can do. Normal guy might take him out. A couple more hits. X-Strike blocked. Mulk needs to just get a little bit more damage. And, oh, man, they are going to jump on to Need Invis, and heals come out on the normal guy. Couldn't quite even it up, and, the EX Mushrooms do miss. No healing coming out. I think this one is going in favor of the Worm team. So nice job right there, even though they got the counter kill quite quickly.
Yeah, I think Mulk just put himself in a bad spot by pulling too. But man, look at the avoiding skills on Mulk. He's been sitting at like 5 life for like an hour, and Need and Viz gets credit as well. And here comes a rocket launcher. This could this could be a hilarious outcome if they stay the way they're playing. These guys are playing solid, and then just as I say that, he runs into a friggin' mortar. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous.
They were playing top game right there, and. The smallest mistake just like tickled them to death right there, and that's what you get for what's going on here. Okay, there we go. And just like that, the 10 damage was just barely enough to get the kill, and that's what happens when you're at like 5 life each. You're just one thing is gonna kill you, and they've already brought this one back from a 2-0 deficit. Now it's a 2-2 situation, and this is a big round for both teams right here. This is losers finals, so next one goes to grand finals, And obviously, if you don't go to the Grand Finals, you don't go anywhere. You go into the ground or next week's tournament or whatever you want to call it. But this is for all the marbles as far as advancement is concerned. And the Cold team happily content with playing the range game against a triple range setup. I'm surprised they're winning the fights they're winning, to be honest. You'd figure a Nomad Seeker and Pomp would be doing a lot better in the range game, but they're just... I think Mulk has a lot to do with that, too. Mulk is really interrupting the flow of everything for them. And Dead Roots come out, big Dead Roots, and that's going to be all she wrote for Blank Out right here. I think that's going to basically seal the victory here for the Cold team. And Mulk's, smartly just getting out there, and he's going to just have them reset it. They have to be aggressive with him now. But also because, Guardian Spirit was out, and you can easily kill probably any target in the game with a couple of bounces. And Mulk right there pulling abstain. He was going to try a sneaky res again, like he did that other game, and he was just going to get pulled in instead. And wow, Nina Viz missing an execute on a non-moving target. That was kind of surprising. But you never know.
That's high-level play right there, man.
Yeah,
you're used to moving.
Don't move if you want to avoid something. Sometimes you just can't move, and they won't even see it coming. So. These guys, this one team is trying to stick into it as long as they can here. I don't know if there's a map score. Do you know if there's a map score?
0-0 in maps, so...
Alright, so most likely, bar any crazy circumstances, Cold team of Nami Nami will be taking this one map to Zill. And this should be that. And we do have another ult coming out, so I'm surprised it's taking them this long just to kill these two guys. They're doing a great job of just staying alive.
Yeah,
but I guess it doesn't matter.
And that shows the caliber of these players in the fact that maybe that was for all of the marbles.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering because I couldn't tell if.
Wait, when did they play the? Oh, Noobs DC. Okay. Ah, they were trolling us. I
don't know. I can't tell. These guys are killing me.
Man, they're killing you, Taz. They're killing you. But what was I gonna say? Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I was saying about the caliber of the players. In the sense that, even when it's a 3v2, you can still put up quite a fight, and they did a lot of, great dodging and moving around the map wisely and sort of honing their skills. And it's really good to see that kind of competition. It might drag out the game a little bit longer, but it's good practice for them as well. Because now they're at the point where they're focusing more on dodging because they know they're in a worse situation, and it's making them improve their gameplay little by little as they practice more and more. And I think that's a good thing about solo matchmaking. As much as people complain about it, and it's oh, you get paired up with shit and things like that.
Like chaos.
Yeah, exactly. You get paired up with me and it's instant loss, but. It helps you learn better positioning. It helps you realize and look at the mistakes. If you see you're getting stopped, think, okay, what happened that last round? Why did we get dominated? And it's well, okay, he went in a little bit too far and I couldn't heal him, or maybe I went a little too far and didn't help my teammates out because they were weaker. You really have to be more analytical with solo matchmaking. Yeah, granted, you're not going to get the best performance because you don't have solid teammates who you can communicate with, but you can at least think of what would be optimal in each situation that comes up.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it too is they finally made a VoIP system for this game and no one uses it. So I guess it's probably has a lot to do with the community and being annoying. So there's so many people trolling for a living on this game for some reason, and it's hard to enable your VoIP without getting spammed by someone almost. So I think that's just how people are going to think. And wow. My shit is weird lag all of a sudden. But a Mulk here trying to get onto Blank Out. And Blank Out seems to be the easy target for them to take out. He really has a hard time when targets get onto him. But he does a great job of doing DPS from afar. So, again though, Mulk doing work on him. He's procs that illusion, but he's looking for a pull. Not going to get the pull. I think the range composition can work a little better here where there's not things in the way. But normal, just as I said, normal guy getting smoked right here. And wow, he dropped really fast. And another smurfed goo from OSQ right there. I hope he hears me too, because that just makes it more hilarious. But Blank Out trying to make something happen, but Nina Viz, that barrier just sucking up all his damage, not even worried about it. And again, another illusion proc is nice redirect from Nina Viz is going to use that illusion, or execute rather. And man, high level play from Nina Viz right here. He's just landing a lot of shots.
Yeah. Once the screen goes down in a triple range setup, if one person takes a good amount of damage, then the whole zone falls apart. And that's the tricky thing with triple range teams. Is that, they can put up that pressure and be annoying, and they'll chip at your health, and then once they get ultimates, they can actually combo. But if they make a mistake and take a big hit or get pulled by Mok, then that zone sort of collapses. Abstain has to play back now, and the other team can start pushing forward, and that really sort of destroys their whole game because as much as range are powerful against melee pressure, they can actually be taken down quite easy if they get a little bit out of position. So good space right there by Need and Viz. Going to come back towards his teammate, and that is the exact opening the Warm team needed. So Aston and Hypnotoads on the Warm side going to be putting the Cold team, here you go, Nami in the corner, and it looks like they got Mok separated. Good CC onto OSQ right there. Normal Guy going to chain that with the Tornado Call, and Need and Viz going to shoot the rockets, try and help relieve some pressure for his allies, and it looks like Normal Guy down to 50% HP. Mok trying to go in, X-Strike coming, and they are going to have to just retreat back to the corner again. Nami having a very tough time trying to decide what to do. Abstain in the corner right now, can throw a goo, but no, OSQ still not throwing it. I don't know why he isn't. There it is, on to blank out. Illusion is down, so they can kill him, but all the boomerangs are coming out from Normal Guy, and OSQ is going to die, and wow, everybody else dropped immediately after that.
Yeah, that was... I thought the Cold team might have had the advantage in the corner there because for some reason, even though they were going against triple range, the range was awfully close to the corner with them, almost like it was a melee range fight. And, the goo was perfect onto blank out, just not enough damage was able to be comboed with it, unfortunately. So, and man, did they crumble bad in that corner. So, kind of surprising. I think if they keep up the aggression, I think they're going to win every time. So, nice X-Strike attempt right there. Unfortunately, the shield is going to eat it all up for breakfast. And he's going to use it for his own sustenance, and he'll be okay there. So, Mok, he's doing most of the work here. If you watch this, they're playing sides right now, left versus right, and Mok's the only one trying to make their way into it, as everyone else is ranged, just kind of shooting off the cannons, manning the whatever. But he has the hardest job of all right now, being the only melee DPS in this game. He has to be forced to use his abilities very wisely and keep people basically in his bubble, essentially. He needs them exactly where he wants them, otherwise he's just not going to be effective. And wow, that was a nice... that was a Triforce there. I thought that was a lightning arrow, but Triforce comes out. Mok almost going to die as a result, and he is barely alive right here. And this one could be easily finished here for the Warm team as long as they put out the damage. Goo coming out in the blank out again, a good spot. Oh, but nice swap out by Abstain. Abstain's going to keep him alive. Blank out is going to survive the encounter. And again, he's going to get pulled in. Blank out is not very good at avoiding that or something. Either that or Mok is just spot on with every one of his pulls. And Blank out is going to eat the cabbage again. So now Mok is going to pull 2 in this time. And he's going to try and get away. And I think the Invis just got hit with a lightning. And the Invis could be going down here any second. Trying to get the execute off at the last ditch effort. And just not enough damage because the Guardian Spirit was absorbing half of it. So... it's still anybody's game right now. Look at the life bars going down for both teams. First kill goes on to OSQ, so they lost their healer. A double execute comes out in a blank and Abstain, but not enough. Man, they had such a good chance there, but Warm team just stuck in there so much better and ended up surviving the encounter.
Yeah, Mok made the first mistake, and that's what I was talking about on the Warm team. They can, force a melee or a tank who wants to try and get in close to them. If they can do a little bit of damage to him, force him to back up, then they can keep their zoning pressure up. It's going to force, more mistakes from the Cold team and things like that. So that's the strength of this range comp. All they had to do is just wait it out and be very patient, not go in hastily. And right now we're seeing a little bit more aggression from the Cold side, but that's going to be negated by the Tornado, also by Need and Viz jumping out. And, trading a fire arrow for an execute. They've got Mok off in the top corner. A Normal Guy going to try and hold his own against an Alchemist and a Gunner, but, he's just going to get out of there. OSQ is going to be CC'd. Normal Guy going to throw that X-Strike. And, a multi-arrow knocked him back, so X-Strike actually not able to hit as intended. And a great pull by Mok. And Abstain going to have to use his ultimate. He's going to try and use it for healing. No, he's going to go in maybe a little bit, try and do some damage. And man, he is not using his ult very effectively right there. Guardian Spirit, very powerful if you can do some offensive work with it. He only got maybe 2 or 3 heals out and missed a swap. Not very not very good use, and we'll just have to see what the Cold team does about this. Rocket launchers come out from Need and Viz, as well as Mulk using his roots, OSQ with the goo right on top, and man, I'm not seeing anywhere for this Worm team to go at this point, as it looks like things are just going to be wrapping up pretty soon. What would you say, is the most major thing happening to the Worm team, and like why they're collapsing sometimes, Tess?
Well, most of the kills happening from the Cold team is when they get 2 or 3 ultimates combined every single time. They have to find a way to... I'd say for them right now, it's more important to avoid abilities than it is to land them. I mean, if you're gonna throw out abilities, you may as well get... Top priority should be avoiding for them, because if they can combo goo with anything, rocket launchers with Deadroot seems to be the most common thing happening right now. That gets them a kill almost every single time. And, when you see that happening match after match after match, you got to think to yourself, if they can't get the energy, then maybe it'll be a lot easier. And I think a lot of that has to do with Mulk landing so many pulls, and he can combo such great energy gain abilities off that. Like Deadwood Seed, that's like that's like 9 or 10% energy gain right there that you can like automatically hit once you get a pull. And he uses his M2 a lot, his spores, and you can use those on the move, so that makes them easy to land as well. And Need and Viz back here, he's not getting any pressure at all. He's literally just the guy sitting back here getting M1s off, occasionally executes, what have you. And basically Cold team, they're just waiting. They're not putting any aggression on, they're being very patient, just waiting for an opportunity when they can get at least 2 ultimates off, maybe even 3 when they want to, and they'll get a free kill every single time. It's happened time after time after time. And the one team it didn't work against was Mushin, because Mushin just absolutely stomped it. So, it's worked out for him really well so far. OSQ here, you see he has an ultimate. Mulk has ultimate. Here comes Deadroot. Goose should be following here very shortly. Rocket launchers come out. Actually, he's going to be saving the Goose. So, okay, they're saving the Goo this time. And because they didn't combo the abilities well together, they didn't get a kill. So Abstain, though, is going to swap into the Cold team. But OSQ, that Boomerang Storm, is absolutely dominating him. But there it is. Abstain is going to be the one that gets taken out first. And a nice pull by Mulk right there. A double pull on the only 2 remaining members. It's huge right there. And he's going to finish up with an EX Spores. And, a lot of that credit has to go to Mulk and really controlling the battlefield for his team.
Yeah, I mean, if it seems like all rounds is a little bit bugged because the host left the game, something that devs might have to look into. But let's look at the kind of control Mulk does. 203, he's always like near the top whenever they win of having huge amounts of control. Like if you look through all the past rounds, like he has a high amount of control, and he's doing a lot for his team in terms of those pulls and things like that. So it's just very interesting to see what he brings to the table, and getting people out of position. And like you keep saying, and I keep saying over and over, pulls force mistakes. Blood Grip does the same thing, and
Punt does the same thing.
Yeah, Ravener. Yeah, just any
way to move your opponent around to the way you want them to. Basically, it's all manipulation. Yeah, it's all manipulation. If you can manipulate the field the way you want it to, that's how you get the easy kills. Because they're basically, when you put them in a spot where they're not comfortable, they're playing by your rules, and House always has advantage, just like in Vegas.
House always has advantage, and this is a good cheesesteak.
Fatty.
Yeah, but again, guys, if you are wondering what we are actually doing, there's 641 of you, and I gotta thank you for tuning in. We are experiencing some difficulties with the overlays for team names and the scores, but this is actually the grand finals for the US 3v3 weekly tournament hosted by BL Gaming, and it started at 2 p.m. Eastern, aka 8 p.m. Central European Time. We do have this every week, and tomorrow we do have the Kill the King, which is European-based server advantage, and that actually does have some prize money involved with it. We have so many more teams show up for that one. Humongous tournament, and I actually will be there tomorrow. I can guarantee that. I won't run off yet again, but that starts at 1 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Central European Time, so join us for that tomorrow. Again, if you want to get in contact, help contribute at allblgaming.com is a community site, and I do this for free. Taz does this for free. We don't have, anything.
We just love the game.
Yeah.
We just like commentate for you guys. That's it.
Exactly. We enjoy doing this. We just like running our mouths off and poking jokes at each other, things like that.
We like to be part of something bigger,
Yeah, exactly. And helping grow this game because it truly is unique. And although it does have some kind of kinks in it, the devs are working very hard. They have a lot of things underway. And as you have seen, even from when it was released in January, many patches, many new features have been implemented, and big changes will be happening March 16th with the new patch there. So if you want to find out more about when I'm doing my other streams, like if I'm going to be broadcasting while playing threes with some people, or if I have anything else going on, follow me at BLG Cast. I'll let you in on some inside info, what's happening with BL Gaming, as well as what's going on in terms of other commentary and what kind of projects we have going on. So it's kind of the inside scoop place to let you know what's going on if you're a Cast fanboy or a Taz fanboy. He doesn't have a Twitter, so you can't sign up for his Twitter, but
I got a BLG Gaming email though now.
Oh, and you do.
That's something.
Yeah, Tazosaurus at blgaming.com. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really remember. I just use Thunderbird to check the chatter posts all the time, see what you guys are up to.
Yeah, exactly. So we did do a major overhaul of how we are getting a lot of contributors, on board and working together with one another. And again, that's why we have this new site. We got a bunch of people together. They're all helping out. Most of the graphics you see, in fact, probably all of them, are done by other people that help contribute. But what am I talking about? This is gonna be,
you got to get into this shit.
I got to get into this. This is the grand finals.
Sunby on Astro, Mega Zero on Guardian. What?
I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. A lot of
I've
people...
never seen them play these heroes before, honestly.
I haven't either, but...
and I've seen these guys play a lot.
Yeah. I know these guys for months, and they've never played those Bloodlines, really, that I have seen. But Mushin is going to be on the Worm team. They did come from the winner's bracket, and Nami Nami, we just saw them take victory over Acid and Hypnotoads, and they're going to be in the grand finals here representing the loser's bracket. So they have to win 2 sets of best of 5 maps, which is, first to 3. So we'll have to see how this goes. Taz, take the honors of, having the first grand finals game.
Feat. No easy feat against Mushin, too. These guys are very versatile in their setups. They just like the old one, they do a different setup every time. It seems like we got Arborist here going aggressive here on OSQ to start things off. Sunby, I have never seen him play Astro. Usually he's on Alchemist or Psychopomp only. So this is quite a surprise to me, quite honestly. And Mega Zero is trying to make the new Guardian work very well. We haven't seen a whole lot, but wow, double deep wounds coming out here from Mega Zero. The charging strike, I forget what it's called. But look at OSQ's life right now. He just gets exploded right there. As Sunby, you were talking about this earlier. See Sunby, he teleports in there, gets 1 M1 off, and then he backs away. But he makes sure to get that 1 M1 off. It's big damage, it's got that big debuff, and there's no reason not to do it, period.
Exactly, and as you can see right now 106, and 3 of them were from Spectro Strike. Over half of his damage was from Spectro Strike. It does apply that 33% slow and 33% damage reduction and healing reduction. And that really does hurt OSQ. Alchemist, very hard to avoid that Spectro Strike, and lessens a lot of his abilities and what he's able to do. And the slow on an Alchemist is very bad. That leaves Mega Zero and Arborist able to do much more. And Sunby trying to get in on the fight here. A good double stone, and look at that monstrous pressure. Arborist, jumping in, doing all that he could. Sunby, getting one of those last strikes off Mega Zero with the cleave attack and using those active Zex. Just absolutely fantastic pressure right there. And, this triple, I guess you could call it triple melee setup, is proving to be quite effective.
Yeah, these guys just so high tier, and I can't believe we forgot to say it, but in honor of Chuck, it's grand finals. You got to get everything ready, but it's already too late. Because it's already started, so you can't go anywhere. You gotta stay now. Yeah,
no popcorn, no cokes, no going to the bathroom for you.
No snacks, no nothing. You gotta stay into this because this is gonna be crazy. Especially, look at the aggression come off the Worm team. The Cold team's been so used to waiting for their ultimates to come up, and now they're playing a team that's just so aggressive. It almost seems like they're having a hard time adapting to the amount of, the amount of pressure they have been getting used to before. As already they found themselves in a hole here, 2-0, and somebody going in here looking for a target to M1 down. OSQ looks like that target. Need and Viz already low too. Charging Strike is going to finish him off, as well as OSQ getting taken out. So, wow. Team Mushin looking insanely strong right now. I mean, Dead Roof's coming out, but what can you really do at this point? I'd have to say the Cold Team has to adapt and play a counter-aggressive style themselves. I mean, if they can't play defensive, they got to find heroes that can tank a lot more damage, because right now they're getting Team Mushin is doing a great job of just finding a target and everyone's switching to him, even the Astro. So it's basically like turn into a triple DPS with the Spectro Strike, and it just target dies within one spacebar cooldown, I guess, or one spacebar GCD, as I guess we could call it. But man, that's quite a lot of power right now that they're showing, and OSQ already switching up to Psychopomp. So definitely they want to try something different.